recall back to 2014, we came out with a new private pension plan mortality table, RP-2014. At the same time, we had done a lot of research leading up to that point and brought out what we called MP-2014, a mortality improvement scale and a model that actuaries can use to layer on top of a base table to think about how mortality might improve in the future in the plan that they're studying, the cohort that they're studying, any way that they think it's useful. We then set on a path to bring out updated scales and models every year. So this will be now the fourth year, 14, 15, 16, and now 2017, that we'll be bringing out an updated table and model. So stemming then from 2014, we've been bringing out every year an updated mortality improvement scale and model for actuaries to use. It's now from 2014, 15, 16, and now MP-2017 is the latest version of that. And it's a scale with baked-in assumptions that actuaries can use, but also a model that they can play around with the assumptions. What do they think the long-term longevity and mortality improvement rates might be? Hit the run button, generate a different set of scales that might be useful for their own cohort or the own plan that they're studying. You know, it's a great time to be thinking about U.S. mortality improvement, because if you look at it historically, we're at a little bit different spot than we were over the last 10 or 15 years. From 2000 to 2010, there have been very strong mortality improvement in the United States, maybe 1.5% to 2% per year. That's kind of flattened out here in recent years, and there's a lot of drivers of that. You know, the U.S. has a lot of socioeconomic drivers. There's a population that contribute to how 2.8 million people in the U.S. die every year and what that means in terms of mortality improvement. But it's a lot flatter, or a lot less improvement than what we've seen in a previous decade. So that assumption becomes really important as actuaries think about valuing a pension plan or using it to model a cohort forward. What truly do they believe for the specific group they're looking at might be mortality improvement in the future? I'll add on to that as we produce the RP 2014 table and in future mortality improvement scales, the IRS has been looking at that work as well, and has a new proposed regulation from last December that uses some of that information as to the way that pension plans and the single employer system would use that information for minimum funding and contributions to their plans, the way lump sums would be offered, the way PBGC premiums get calculated for those plans. So still a lot of final regulations to come, but it's been a good use of information that we've studied to educate regulators on and then have them see to it how they want to build it into future regulation of pension plans.